Hi, welcome to the order of operations explanation video. This should be pretty brief. I'm going to run through some basics of what are the order operations that we use in algebra and a couple of examples. Okay, to start with, what is our priority list basically, and the phrase PEMDAS is used frequently to help you remember what order we need to evaluate an expression. The P stands for parentheses, the E for exponents, the M for multiplication, the D for division, the A for addition, and the S for subtraction. So we want to remember that's the order we do them in. Now, it can be misleading to think there are 6 steps you have to run through, but really, we do parentheses first. To make that orange, parentheses, and that's your first, and then you do exponents, and then you do multiplication, division on the same step, working left to right, and then you do addition and subtraction on the same step, working left to right. So it's really 4 steps. Well, let's get to an example. What if you had 5 plus 2 times 3? Notice I'm not using the x for multiplication. That's kind of, from here on out, that's going to be x. The letter x is our favorite letter in algebra, so let's not do that. You could also use the dot, and that's probably actually more common than the asterisk there. It takes a lot less writing, but don't use the x anymore, please. Okay, so either way you want to evaluate this one. I'll just do the dot one. It's tempting to see, oh, 5 plus 2, I know that, it's 7. Can I write 7? No, you can't write 7 because that's out of order. There are no parentheses. There are no exponents. So the next thing is multiplication, division. You have a multiplication, division opportunity here. That must be done first. 2 times 3 is 6, so 5 must wait. And it waits. 5 plus 6 is now 11. You're done. Sounds like an easy problem, but it's amazing how many people get this out of order. So really it's just you need to be disciplined, take your time, and focus on getting the right order. If you're not there yet, you will. This becomes pretty automatic eventually as you work your way through algebra. Let's do one more. Okay, lastly, I will do one that's a little bit more involved, have a little bit of all the key players here. And this one I'm setting up to tempt you purposely. You see this and say, 12 minus 8, I know that's 4, and you just want to write 4 so bad. I know you do. But don't give in to temptation. That's subtraction. Subtraction's the 4th step. We need to run through our process. The first one, P, parentheses. I see some parentheses here. We better do our parentheses. There they are, right there and there. So we must do the parentheses. So a good way to algebra is you keep writing everything that's there, and 4 minus 6 is negative 2. Okay, so parentheses, check. Next we look for as exponents, and there's also an exponent, the 2. So what is negative 2 squared? Well, hopefully you're not getting your calculator out for this. Negative 2 squared is negative 2 times negative 2. That's going to be a positive number. You should know that for sure. And 2 times 2 is 4. Now, even if that was negative, say you had this. Now, you probably would need your calculator for this, but what I would put in my calculator is just 27 squared. I'll tell my calculator, I'll take care of the negatives, you take care of the 27. Because what happens in a lot of calculators, if you put that in directly, the way it does order of operations, it squares 27 first, and it thinks of this negative as a multiplication, and then it sticks a negative on there. And hopefully if you did that, you'd say, wait a second, calculator, this is a negative, and you drop it. But many people don't, and they keep the negative, and it's wrong. So you do the negatives, let the calculator do the 27 if it wants. In this case, it wasn't really an issue because we know what 2 times 2 is. Next step, we still want to do the 12 times 8, 12 minus 8, but it's not time for the 12 minus 8 yet. Let me get rid of this. So the next thing we must do is the multiplication. So we do the multiplication, 12 times 4 times 8 is 32. And then finally, our subtraction, 12 minus 32 is negative 20. It's always good to box or circle your answer. This problem is complete. Hopefully that helps you with order of operations.
Made with Doodlecast Pro.